Raid Shadow Legends, we just got an update about champion balance changes that just went into the game live right now. So this is live. If you're watching this, these are all the changes. I'll leave the link to this forum message down below. You can go ahead and check it out. I don't see anything when I log back into the game showing all these changes for these champions, but Valkyrie got a significant increase in her damage for stand firm, which I'm glad because she hit pretty weak on that, right? That is her AoE. Yeah, her AoE who does damage based on her defense does not hit like a defense champ. You know Martyr when she does her AoE that does a provoke and does it a decreased attack? Well, it didn't hit anywhere near that strong at all, so I'm really curious to try her out. I have her with so much defense right now because her shield is based off of defense. She's got to hit hard, right? She's bound to hit hard. Good improvement. Altana, check this out. My boy Altana, I don't even need to go over to him. He's like Terrell. He was always like Terrell, except Terrell just had a better... Terrell has a better kit, right? And they hit... Honestly, I think their multipliers are about the same. I always like Altana because he can bring somebody back to life, but he didn't have a leader skill like Terrell has. A leader skill that does defense anywhere. Now he has it. Increase ally defense in all battles by 33%. This is a huge win for me because I have Altana and I don't have... Well, I do have Terrell now. I finally do after months and months and months, but... It's just great. That's a great improvement. Errol, this guy, his attacks are increased by 30% chance to deal a critical damage. Anything that ever increases your critical chance like that is huge. So being that, where's he at? This guy right here, 30% chance to inflict a critical hit, I guess on all his other 2 skills as well, which is pretty cool. That's gonna increase his 3-turn cooldown, 3-turn cooldown. That will make him a little bit more viable. I don't know a lot of people who play him. I know he can be decent, but not top of the line legendary. So that should be a good improvement. Who else do we have? Angar, what is he at? He is right here. I brought these guys up because I'm not 100% familiar with them. I don't play them. But he got a provoke now for 2 turns. Placing a provoke on them for 1 turn. Each hit taken will reduce damage received by 4% up to 20%. That's pretty cool, but I don't know how. Doesn't he do the reflect? Yeah, he was a provoke guy. He also does reflect. I don't know about this guy. I don't know about people who really use this guy in a lot of situations, but again, we're just going over the new buffs, so we'll take him. Well, hey, we'll take any new improvements. It always adds life into the game that we get these new changes. It makes it fun to go test out these new champions. So Turvold, he has been, where's he at? He's good. He is here, and he hits really hard. And what is his new thing? So he got attack one enemy to 55% chance to place a weaken debuff for 2 turns. Okay, so just an increased chance to do his weaken. So these are his old ones. He had a 30%, 30, 40, 50. Now he's got a much higher percent total, probably like a 75% chance to do the weaken. That's good. Can't complain with that. We have War Chief. Now he got a reflect of 60%. I don't think anybody else out there has a reflect for 60% damage. So that's pretty crazy. Defense increased by 10% for each dead ally as well. So that is cool. War Chief's right here. So he's going to get this increased to 60%. That's just a passive. So I can't even hit. That's kind of really insane. You can't even hit this guy. I mean, if you hit this guy, you're going to kill yourself. We do so much damage in PvP. Monsters do a lot of damage and other things. 60% reflect is pretty cool. So we'll have to try this out. I'm going to really have to be on the lookout for this guy in PvP. If Marzar Gala hits him, then she's probably going to die. Right? I don't know. She might die. That's pretty wild. We'll have to see how that works out. 60% reflect. So Narag, what does he have now? He has attack one enemy, 85% chance. It's increased chance to do his accuracy, scales from champion's defense. Okay, now if he didn't have scaling from champion's defense before, that's gonna be a game changer. He did not. It was off of attack. Okay, now this guy scales off of defense. He's got a really cool passive, the stun freeze sleep debuff. He's immune to it. Decreased damage taken by all allies by 15%. And he does, in dungeons, he increases your defense by 40%. This is going to change this guy dramatically. Anybody who goes to all defense based instead of attack just is 100 times better on my list. Goes all the way up to the top. You just can't beat that. That's going to be wild. I wish I had him, but I don't have him. So we'll move on to the next one. Mountain King. So anybody that has Naraga, let me know. Chest him out. Get him in gear that you would put in Rosin Scarhide, that you'd put in Altana, that you'd put in all the other heavy hitters that you know, Martyr, Valkyrie, that you put over on just all those great defensive champions, because this guy's gonna be usable now. He's gonna be really usable. Mountain King got a decreased speed, which is never good, but more HP and resistance, so increased. I don't think that's going to do anything to him. I mean, he already had pretty low speed, right? I thought he already had... No, he's at 101, so he actually has good speed. But lowering his speed and increasing his HP to even higher... I think this is his old stats, actually, on this website. His new stats are much higher. So I don't think that's going to really do anything for the Mountain King. Honestly, I don't think that's going to make him more viable or want somebody to play him even more than they do right now. I don't see a lot of people playing him. And I just don't think... Yeah, he's like... Oh my god, they increased his HP by a crazy amount. 31k. Jeez. Wow. And his speed is way down though. It went from 101 to 85. That is way too much. Insane amount of HP. I don't know if anybody... There are people who have that amount of HP, but he is just a crazy hitter, single target hitter. He's going to deal some crazy damage, but he's going to be much slower and he can take more damage. Again, I wish they would have just moved this to every time he does a critical hit to somebody, he gets like a 5% increase in attack, and then it goes up to max out to 50% instead of 100%. It maxes out at 50%. That way it can be viable on bosses, it can be viable on waves, and he'll keep it from wave to wave. This condition right here of killing an enemy never sits well. It doesn't work out very well. So let's go on to the next one. So we have... Wow, they gave him a crap ton of HP, but they lowered his speed a lot. Souldrinker is the one, I think, who does the bombs, right? He looks like the demon. Increases damage significantly. Canoness. Let's go look at her real quick. Let's go look at both of these right now. We got time. Let's check it out. So Canoness isn't she in the Sacred Order? I want to say, yeah, here she is. So she does what now? Defense base, defense base. Where are we at? Cooldown decreased 4 turns. Stalwart Guardian. So where is she? We're Stalwart Guardian. So now it's on a 2-turn cooldown. 50% ally protection buff and a 60% increased defense buff on the target for 2 turns. Also places a 15% on this champion for 1 turn on a 2-turn cooldown. I still don't think this is going to bring her into play. Does she have an AoE? Attacks decrease accuracy, increased attack. Nothing to like lower attack. Nothing to lower defense. And I don't know. They changed her, and they changed her like when they changed this guy over here. The last time they buffed, you could say, but not really a buff. They did this guy, Vergus, and he's still totally useless. So I don't know. I'm not big on that change. Let's go on to the next one. So, Souldrinker, that's right. He's a demon. I'm pretty sure he's a demon. He is this guy. Yeah. So I've got a couple copies of this gentleman. I gotten a lot. He looks really cool, right? He looks like a Balrog or whatever, and he does the bombs. Man, I keep forgetting to read before I go over there. Attack one enemy, 40% chance of placing provoke, and then cooldown decreased to 2 turns on the Adrenaline Rush. Which one is that? Am I looking at the right person? These are bombs. Oh, I was reading the other guy. Okay, sorry. Damage significantly increased on Magma Blast. That's it? That's all we got. Attack all enemies 2 times. Each hit has a 50% chance of placing a bomb. So that damage was really, really increased. On a 3-turn cooldown, that's really cool. So, I don't know. Maybe he's going to hit really hard. That'd be cool. I mean, the guy looks sweet. I want to be able to play him. And then we have the Etter... I don't know how to say his name. The Barbarian. He's cool. He does the provokes. Does the counterattack back whenever he gets crit. So he was the one I was just reading about. 40% chance to place a provoke on Roaring Leap. And then Adrenaline Rush is decreased by 2 turns. So... Adrenaline Rush, this one, on a 1-turn cooldown, that heals himself and then puts a counterattack. And then the Roaring Leap has a 40... Well, oh, that's right. Everything's updated here now. 40% chance, 50% chance to provoke. That's nice. Provoke is very strong, and then he gets this buff up all the time now. That's going to be fun to play in some things in the game. It'll be fun. It'll be fun for waves and stages. I think he'll be able to provoke some people and keep placing the provoke after provoke after provoke. And then, of course, he attacks 2 random people. Another chance to place a provoke. He's defense based, so he's awesome. And he's immune to stun, sleep, and freeze when she's on the team with him. Kalia. So there we go with him. This girl right here, Ina, I did a review on her at level 60, fully geared with everything. I can't even... What is she? She's a barbarian, right? She's right here. Yeah. Okay, she is terrible. And she was so bad before. Damage increased on Ferocity. Doesn't matter. This one, attack one enemy, 80% chance to place a weaken. Damage increased. Doesn't matter. Damage increased. And guys, and she got an order for crypt. Okay, it doesn't matter. You're worried because she can get an extra turn. That's fine. There are other champions out there that can get an extra turn that are way dirtier than this girl, like Seer and a whole bunch of other ones. This girl can take an extra turn on a 15% chance. That's it. These cooldowns are way too much. 5-turn cooldown on an epic who does single target damage, and you're worried about her lowering these cooldowns to do these moves. It's not worth it. She's not worth playing, even to this day. I don't like it when they do balancing on champions and they're still completely terrible, like not playable. Nobody's gonna play her. Nobody should play her. She's not good. She is not good. So who else do we got? We've got Jurang got an increase. We know what he does. He does talents. Jurang's a pretty good champion. I think more people are using him. He just recently got a cooldown reduction. Where are Lizardmen? He just recently got a cooldown reduction on some of his other abilities, I think. This one. It's on a 3-turn now, but now he's going to increase his Talon damage and Slug Thrower. So, which one was it? Talons. What did they name it? Slug Thrower. Well, anyways, maybe they got the names messed up. So maybe it's probably this one. Stunning Toss. So increased damage. That's cool. He's a very high DPSer, and he doesn't have much HP at all. So he needs to be able to do damage out there. I like his abilities. He's got good abilities. I don't know who this Gladiatrix is. I think they got that name mixed up, but it's somebody that scales off of defense now. So I want to find out who it is, because if it's somebody who life siphons, Clinging Dark, Disappear, Ascended. Oh, it's a Veil person. Who were the Veil persons I just did recently? I can't even remember. Who are the... Man, I want to know, because they're... Anyways, people look him up. This one is based off of defense damage now. That changes a lot in this game. I'm telling you, it changes so much if your person can be based off of defense. So Necro Hunter, we went over Necro Hunter. It just increased the percentage to place the decreased defense. That's pretty cool. And then the Veil part where they place it on somebody else. And then all the rest of it is just increased. It says base stat resistance increased for all these champions. I don't know how much. Actually, we have it up right now. Let's go over and look at Bulwark. Since you know I like my Bulwark, my Dwarf Void Rare Champion that kills it on the Clan Boss, especially if the Clan Boss is lower than 50%, because the Clan Boss hits many more times when it's lower. It does like the double hits on the AoE. So the resistance went up to 45. 45 is pretty high for resistance, for base resistance, I guess. I mean, it's much nicer than... Oh, maybe it was bugged before, and now all dwarves... Look, this guy's got 55. Maybe most people have 30, I think. So, whatever. They increase base resistance of some of these rares and 2 epics on the dwarves to give them a little higher resistance. And that's it. So, also the Clan Boss rewards have been increased. So, Mythical, Divine, Celestial, Transcendence chests now have an improved chance of dropping rank 6 artifacts. And then the Transcendent chest has an improved chance of dropping a legendary skill tome. And that's it. So, Lord Shazar skill now deals damage properly based on the number of debuffs on the target. And then Lysandra skill now takes the target's turn meter overflow into account. Ah, nice. So that's actually, I think if it takes the target's turn meter overflow into account, that's actually a kind of a nerf to her a little bit, or at least balances out the way it should be. Because if my turn meter overflow is way over, and if before it wasn't taking that into account, it was just taking me at 100 and then dropping me down even lower, maybe it was dropping me more than it should. I hope so, because she's so dirty in PvP. We'll see. We'll see how it works out. You guys let me know in the comments below. Let me know about these changes. Let me know what you like. I think Valkyrie is awesome. I think Altana is awesome. Errol change is good. The rest of them, Narog, anybody who's changed the defense here, like Narog, I think that's going to be amazing. Mountain King, I didn't like very much. Souldrinker and all the rest of these are okay, but a lot of them didn't do anything. Canonist didn't do anything. Aina didn't do anything for her. This person, I need to see who it is. They're based off of defense. That's fantastic. So, nice new changes in the game. We've got a lot of stuff to play with. Go have fun out there. Let me know in the comment below who you're excited to use now and what you're looking forward to. I will see you all in the next video.